Good morning. It is 7 o'clock and we're going to go ahead and start the operational briefing. My name is Jeff Wyndham, Plan Section Chief, CAL FIRE Incident Management Team 2. This is the operational briefing for the LNU Lightning Complex for August 28th, 0700 to August 29th, 0700. This briefing is being broadcast on CDF PAC 27 as well as YouTube, which is accessible on the cover of your IEP. I would ask that you all turn off your cell phones, radios, and take any side conversations out of the building. We'll go ahead and start with a situational update from Night Operations Barry Behrman.
Good morning. So over here in the West Zone, continues to have great progress. The Mars fire is pretty much wrapped up and going to be patrol status now, and nothing really going on over there. Wallbridge continues to make great progress. No significant runs or fire movement last night. Opportunities to go direct continue to happen up here in Division Delta Foxtrot area. There was a couple slops that have happened in the last day or two. They've got hose around them, continue to mop them up through the night, continue to put in secondary lines where necessary to take advantage of the conditions we have now and go direct. So looking real good over there right now. Moving over here to the east, starting in branch 30, continues all the way down along this long run of patrol, backhaul, and everything looks good there, no issues. Coming around through KK, Mike, again, same thing, looks really well. Going up through Division Sierra, this is the priority. The fire over here is the top end of Sierra and the Tango. Continue to fire out where possible and go direct, and again, do the same tactics with secondary lines. Firing operation went on up here, trying to get the line tied in. They were able to go to about 3 in the morning, and the conditions were not favorable, so that firing operation stopped up there. Still some more work to do to tie that in, but no growth or significant issues that occurred there, as well up through Division Union. You get up here to the top, that's where continue to go with the plans, the secondary plans, going big where necessary, and same thing over in branch 20. The whole top of branch 25 is going forward with indirect line, looking at a big box if necessary. However, opportunity is allowed to chunk away at it and keep it small right now. So no major runs, nothing significant, good progress being made up there, and it was a good night. Have a safe shift.
For our objectives, our management objectives, we're going to provide for emergency personnel and public safety at all times, ensure COVID-19 precautions and best practices are met at all times, protect property improvements and infrastructure, ensure coordinated, timely, and accurate release of public information, foster and maintain relationships with all cooperators and stakeholders, protect economic, natural, cultural, and heritage resources, and maintain fiscal accountability and keep costs commensurate with the values at risk. For control objectives in branch 10, we're going to keep the fire north of the Russian River, south of Kelly Road, east of Highway 1, and west of Dry Creek Road. For branch 20, 30, and 40, we're going to keep the fire north of Highway 12, south of Highway 20, east of Highway 29, and west of the 505 and I-5. Now with incident weather, incident meteorologist Eric Kurth.
Good morning, everybody. Well, we're seeing a familiar pattern this morning. We've got the rain layers spreading in across through the area into the valleys and even over the Wallbridge. So it's bringing low clouds and humidity, but it's not quite as much of a recovery as we saw yesterday. The rain layer wasn't as deep, and it's not getting as much into some of the higher terrain as well. So we're starting off a little warmer, a little bit drier, and we're going to see that trend today even more so. It's going to be a hot day. We're going to see temperatures in the 90s, maybe the upper 90s in some of the lower areas. We are going to see prevailing southwest winds similar to what we've seen, and in the afternoon around 2 or 3 p.m. they're going to pick up, gusting around 15 to 25 miles an hour. One thing I want to point out, there are some prevailing northerlies up in this portion, up in Whiskey, and that's going to continue through much of the day until later in the afternoon, maybe 3, 4. That's going to switch. The southwesterlies are going to overcome those So we're going to see a wind flip up in this portion of the fire. So overall, just want to tell you it's going to be a hot day, drier than we've seen. Be safe out there. Thank you.
Fire behavior analyst, Hugh Scanlon.
Good morning. So you heard the meteorologist talk about what's going on with the winds. They're going to be generally pretty light, but it's going to be warmer and drier today. Warmer and drier. With the southwesterly flow, it's going to tend to push your fire to the northeast. That's kind of what we would expect to see to happen. But with those drier conditions, our probability of ignition is going up. It's going up to about 90% today. And conditions, the smoke starts to clear out, you really get an opportunity for your fires to become a lot more active. And that's what we're seeing every day at around 1400 hours. Again, expect to see that today. For Walbridge, branch 10, mostly low ground fires, still working in those areas. There's still the potential for some short range spotting out there, and be aware that you've got rollout that can still continue to do. But things are looking really well with that fire, but don't become complacent out there. You still have the potential for things to flare up. Moving over to the Hennessy fire, branch 10. Around Tango, they're still having some issues spotting, short range spotting right along the control lines. Be aware of that and keep your eyes open for that, because that's going to continue throughout the day. Again, with these winds sort of going from this northerly flow to a southwest flow, you're seeing a little mixing in there, and so you need to be aware of where those embers can be ending up. Branch 25. The fire movement out here in branch 25 is primarily going to be heading up to the north and to the east. It's been holding up on this ridge that's up above drop point 30 here on the east side. But we're expecting some northerly movement. There's also potential for some southerly movement in that area as well. They do have some check lines in there. Expect to see the northern side of this fire, though, east of Highway 16, probably to move faster than what we're going to see on the interior on the west side of Highway 16. So definitely be aware of that. Branch 30 and 40, those are looking really good. But you've got some heat that's holding in there that can still cause things to flare up. As the main message I want to deliver today, though, is with the warmer and drier conditions, you have a really high spot fire potential, mostly due to the fuels. Not so much due to the winds, but mostly due to the fuels. Those probability of ignitions almost guarantee that if you get a hot ember across your line, you're going to have a spot fire. Check page 4 and 5 of your IEP for the weather forecast and fire behavior forecast. Have a good shift.
Day operations, Chris Waters, and resource unit leader, Stan Atchison, with roll call and work assignments.
Okay, good morning. If you could all turn to the 203 in your IEP, the 203A, page 3. We'll go through the roll call. If your name is called, please stand up, face the crowd, and raise your hand so you can be easily identified. And a quick note for all branch 10 resources in the West Zone, the roll call will take place at the Sonoma County Fairgrounds after this operational briefing. So we'll start with the contingency branch with Jim McDougall. Fire suppression repair, Jason Butcher.
Here.
Fire suppression repair east, Len Nielsen.
Here.
Moving to the East Zone, Charlie Blankenheim.
Here.
Branch 20, Spencer Andreas.
Here.
Division Sierra, David Diggs.
Here.
Division Tango, Cody Parks.
Here.
Division Uniform, Kevin Ryan.
Good morning.
Branch 25, Matt Ryan.
Here.
Division Whiskey, Jeremiah Carlonis.
Here.
With Derek Shevins is on the line. Branch 30, Division Charlie, Zulu, will be the strike team leader off 9341 Charlie, Travis Craig.
Here.
And that division will be identified as Zulu on the radio. For branch 40, Bob Norbaum.
Here.
Division Golf, Kilo, Carrie Pell. And that division will be referred to as Kilo on the radio.
There's been change. Mike and Kilo are going to combine. I'm just going to remain Golf.
Okay, Golf will be Carrie Pell. Mike and Kilo will be combined with JC Greenberg.
Here.
And that division will be known as Kilo on the radio. Thank you.
All right, good morning, everybody. Operational priorities haven't changed a whole lot. We got to keep chiseling away on Tango, get that thing tied in. It's been a real struggle, and remember the weather's changing today. It's going to get a little warmer, a little drier. You're going to have to be a little more on your toes. Second operational priority, wall bridge over here. Again, connecting the dots. Connecting the dots, getting that hand line, dozer line, whatever else you can do to get this done. And there's some work that needs to be done up here on the west side to possibly go indirect or actually do some cutting out and going direct to close this thing off. Third operational priority is going to be up here at Whiskey, Highway 16, Cache Creek, and the area around County Road 40. A couple of things. Everybody has really worked very hard. You guys have worked your butts off. No question about it. A big fire, not enough resources. Everybody has stood tall, and I really appreciate it big time, almost without exception. Every once in a while, though, there's an opportunity that presents itself to a resource or to individuals that have that opportunity to really demonstrate their capability and to really give us all they've got. Anybody here from 43 Bravo? Let's hear it. Stand up. I want to give a shout out to this crew from Fresno. They've been asked on several occasions to really get with the program, and I want to thank you guys very much here in front of everybody. I know this is an operation of modesty. That's how we usually are. But these folks deserve some recognition, so thank you very much.
Air Operations Branch Director Mike Deacon.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Take a look at the 220. You'll notice that we got 2 Type 1s down for maintenance. So essentially, we got 3 Type 1s available for the entire complex. We have 4 Type 2s listed on the IAP. One of those is coming up on flight time, blade time, so we actually have only 3 Type 2s available. We're going to concentrate rotating aircraft over in Tango first thing this morning with constant helical coverage on that side. I'm going to keep 1 Type 2 available from Healdsburg Helibase with 1 Type 3 on this side of the fire. The MRD is still up and running, and we'll be using retardant everything in Tango on that side. So pay attention to your air ground frequencies, east and west. Identify your helibases appropriately, Healdsburg and 7M. Have a good day.
Medical Unit Leader Justin Vanderhulst.
Good morning, Justin Vanderhulst, Medical Unit Leader. So for base camp, there's MERT available for all the camp crews. They're in the back corner of base camp, and there's CalMat at both base camps, one here at Calistoga, one in Sonoma. They're available for all treatment and supplies. Out on the line, you do have ambulances out there scattered throughout the wall bridge and also the Hennessy. Make sure you know where your closest ALS resource is, please. Out on branch 10, you do have a REMS out there today. And for IWIs, make sure that you guys are getting all the correct information back to the comm center, and that's box 6 of your 206. Also make sure all the crews are screening for COVID, and make sure everyone's doing temperature checks, and if you have anybody with symptoms, please proceed to CalMat. Thank you, have a good day.
Communication Unit Leader John McCormick.
Good morning. Start page 34 in your IP. We'll review the comm plan. For the west zone, nothing's changed. Everything's still the same. Continue to monitor your air to ground, which is CDF TAT 24. For the east zone, the only minor change we did in that is we had to add another TAC channel for the new branch. All the commands are still the same. Your air to ground for the east zone is CDF TAC 25. For the Santa Rosa base camp, all your radio repairs will be at the Sara Lee, and you can get your batteries there. With that, everyone have a safe day.
Safety Officer Chad Thompson.
Good morning, everybody. Consistency. There's a lot of consistency in the comm plan. It's a complex communication plan, but there's consistency in it. Make sure you're on the right one. Follow it, okay? Consistency in weather. The southwest push, the increase in temperature, decrease in RH, increase in probability of ignition, 90% today. The weather, the fire behaviors are the same. Man, I hope you're passing along this briefing to everyone that you're getting out of line, because we have a great safety record, and please pay attention to that. All this consistency and all these common denominators really really talk to the common denominators in your IRPG where tragedies happen. We have a great safety record right now, but please talk about that. Look at your IRPG because these things happen with all these things lining up. Complacency. If you're working around where there's black line, patrol, backhaul, pulling hose, please pay attention. This is when the silly injuries happen. We don't want that. Perspective. This is an enormously huge fire. Tons of complexity. The map doesn't even do this justice. Thank you for working so hard. Keep that in mind when you're briefing everyone, and stay safe. Thank you.
For finance, please refer to page 44 and 45 in your IEP for shift ticket examples as well as off-site feeding requirements. And now with information, PIO Jeremy Rowan.
Good morning, Jeremy Rowan, your information officer. In your IEPs on page 47, we do have some updated numbers for this morning. The entire complex is 371,249 at 35%. Hennessy 313,536 at 33%. Walbridge 55,353 at 33%. And then the Myers at 2360 at 98%. Just as a reminder, in social media, please have it reviewed by a PIO here in our on page 47, gives you more specifics regarding releasing information on the incident. On behalf of all of the public information officers that are here, I just want to thank all of you for being PIOs. We've had a lot of good feedback from the community, so we appreciate, especially on your downtime, if you run across somebody from the community, take that extra couple minutes. This is their home, and we want to make it as best as we can for them through this hard time. And then lastly, with this being viewed out throughout our platforms to other base camps, I just want to ensure that any viewers that do see this, we do use some different terminology. This briefing this morning is specific for firefighters going out online, and if anybody needs any clarification, please refer to our 24-hour number in the public at 707-967-4207. With that, have a safe day. Thank you.
LNU Line Officer Jeff Bellion.
All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Jeff Bellion, one of the deputy chiefs here in the unit and the line officer. For the last several days, 13 days to be exact, this fire has been giving us nothing but fits. It's been fightless. Every single one of you in this room has taken numerous uppercuts to the gut and a lot of right crosses to the chin. We've fallen against the ropes, but because each and every one of you in this room is a fighter, we've never fallen down. We've gotten back up, we've answered those punches, and we've countered with them. And we will continue to do that because of your fighting spirit that you have in this room. But for the next several days, I need you to start to show some compassion as well. We're going to start to repopulate some of these areas of this fire. And as the public comes back in, they're going to start seeing the single most traumatic event that they've ever experienced in their life. The effects of these fires are going to last for days, weeks, and months, and years to come. Many of you will be gone by then as the communities that have been affected by these fires begin to heal. So what I need you to do today is two things. Keep fighting. Get against the ropes, bounce back, and continue to fight this fire. But what I also need you to do is be compassionate and empathetic to those that are starting to come back into their homes. Do what you can to help them and realize that for many, many people, they've never experienced what they've experienced over the course of this fire in their lives. And the lasting impression that they're going to have in the fire service, for the Sonoma Lake Napa unit, and for each and every one of you is how you show compassion and empathy as they start to recover. And with that, thank you.
IMT2 Incident Commander Sean Kavanaugh.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, after that, everybody go to work and have a safe day.
Please remain seated for several important announcements. Branch 10 will continue to be briefed and supported out of Sonoma County Fairgrounds. If you were here at the Calistoga briefing and you were assigned to Branch 10, please report to your drop points to ensure that you get briefed by the division prior to going to work. For unassigned resources, we will be over here with Stan, cooperators meeting at 10 o'clock, planning meeting at 1600, next operational briefing at 0700. For the east zone, our branch breakouts are around the room with fire suppression repair in the back left corner. Have a safe day, turn on your electronic devices.
Yeah, sorry.